Good morning again. If you are joining us for the first time, we are happy to have you here. If you are joining us for the second time this morning, we are glad to have you back. Glad to see you again. We're going to get started here as I'm recording these sessions as well. I will be doing this presentation, the walkthrough of EGTI and the hotel, via my cell phone. And so I am going to be switching over to that camera here in a second, but wanted to get started here on the computer and to say good morning. And very excited to have you learn about EGTI for our virtual EGTI visit. We wish you were here in person to experience what we are doing here at EGTI, but we're excited about this opportunity to come to you virtually. So we're going to get started. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to my phone, and we will start there. I know there's people still joining. If you want, feel free to put anything in the chats. I will catch those at the end, as it's hard to see those on the phone as we are walking around. So I'm going to go ahead and switch on over to my phone. Okay, you should be able to hear me from there. Stop this. Good morning. Okay, we are here on my phone. Hopefully you can see me. I want to make sure. We are good to go. Let me switch over to make me the host here. And we are still recording, so we are good to go. Okay, so we were just in my office here at EGTI, and so we're going to start out here in the hotel area, and then we will walk through EGTI. Let me give you a little introduction of myself. My name is Fenway Park, and I am with Erskine Green Training Institute. I have been here for 3 years, and I oversee all of our recruitment and our marketing here at EGTI. And so I'm excited to have you here. If you have any questions, you can send us an email at info@egti.org, and we will get back to you about any of those questions you may have. I'm going to be taking my mask on and off during this tour, just so that you can see me a little bit better and hear me talking. But as we go out here, I want to show you the outside of EGTI, and then we'll come back inside here. Okay, so we are out here in the lobby. I'm going to try to flip my camera around here. So when you walk into EGTI, this is what you're going to see. We have our jerseys. We've got Steve Green jerseys here, and then Carl Erskine's jersey here. EGTI right here. And as we go back in here, this is what we call the Hangout. So the Hangout is for all of our students to be able to come in here to build that community. So students are not allowed in each other's rooms, and so this is an opportunity for students to build the community, come in here in the evening when the hotel is full, to build that community, to grow, to relax. This TV does have a cable station, it does have a Blu-ray player here, and then there's tons of board games in that spot as well. So there's a lot of things that happen in this space. We are limiting the space to 7 students in here max, and that is for COVID regulations, just to allow social distancing. So I wanted to show you all of this here. And then as we go down here, this is going to be our staff offices. So all of our offices are down this way. So as we walk through EGTI, in the presentation that Megan gave this morning, she talked about students have an opportunity to have a fitness mentor or a community mentor. So this is the mentor board of when things are happening. So this past weekend, on Friday night, they did a movie night in the classroom, and so students could go to that. Tonight they're going to be doing Frisbee golf at one of the parks here in town that the buses will go to. Now, as we enter here, this is called the Indiana Pacers Training Lab. And so we received a grant through the Indiana Pacers Training Lab when we first started EGTI about 5 years ago. And so in here, there's a lot of different things that are happening. And so I want to show you some of these things. Okay. Want to make sure you can hear me. Can everyone hear me? If somebody could just give me a thumbs up, I want to make sure that you can hear me on here. As I just did all of that, but want to make sure that you're able to hear me. Okay, awesome. I'm getting thumbs ups, so we are good. Thank you for that. Okay, so with everything in here, we have a lot of different things that students are learning besides going into the area that they are training in. And so I want to show you a couple of things. So here is a front desk. So front desk agents is one of our programs that we are training in. And so we're able to actually in here get into a training mode on the computer. For the front desk, we're able to make mock reservations, everything like that, before students go live out at the hotel. We're also working on how to greet guests, how to interact with guests, all of that. And that's the same with all of these computers. All these computers also have that same software on here as well. Students will also work on work readiness using these computers for maybe job searching, building their resumes, things of that nature. As we come over here, we have another area for our patient transport area. And so as we are training patient transport over the hospital, we are actually also being able to work on it here before we go live over the hospital. What I mean by that is we are able to get the lifts down, greeting patients before we actually do that at the hospital. So part of patient transport position is taking guests or patients from the hospital bed to their stretcher. So we will take this stretcher here, put it next to the bed, and then work on transferring the patient over when they are needing to go maybe to a testing site, x-rays, different things like that. We are able to practice those lifts here because that's a lot of physical movement. And if we're gonna drop a patient, which we don't drop patients, but if we are, we're gonna do it here as we're practicing it, so we're not actually doing it on patients. So I will get on that bed sometimes with a student and the staff that are helping to work on that, because having an actual person laying there to transfer over is that great opportunity to learn. We also have supplies in here for our HOH, which is our Heart of the House program. And then as we get over into the other part of our training lab, we have we have set up for our kitchen cooks. So we actually have stations set up in here for students. We have hot plates that we will put out here. So students are learning how to make a recipe, read a recipe, using measuring tools, all of that we're able to do in here before we go live down in the restaurant. There are so many different ways that to cook different things, and dicing. And so students, as they are training, they get a knife set. And so you can see here, for tomatoes, here's some small dice. So they're learning how to cut that. They've got the measurements of what it needs to be in that size, different things like that. So they're learning all of that with their knife set. We have some tables here that go along with our host stand. So our host stand is right here. So as a customer comes into the restaurant, they are going to learn how to greet the guest, how to take the menus over to the table, and then there's going to be a speech. There's going to be some talking, so it's not just very awkward silence. That's going to happen from the host stand over to the table, and so students will be able to learn that before going live at the restaurant, which is a great thing to have as well, just learning that. So there's a lot of things that happen in here in the lab is what we call it. And now we're going to go back down the hallway. So we're going to go back down this hallway. So as I turn the camera around, when we come out of EGTI, those are out of the lab. These are the staff offices. Here is all of our graduates from EGTI, as you can see them. And then, so we've got our latest graduates up here that just graduated in October. And then we have different boards along our hallway here. So students have to do their own laundry here. So we have a calendar there of when people are signing up to do their laundry. We have their weekly event board. So there are a lot of things that happen in Muncie. And so we like to showcase that to allow students the opportunity to know what is going on. I know Megan talked about one of the meal places that students really like to go to is Burgers, Brothers for their burgers. And that is on Tuesday nights. And that is $2 burgers and $1 fry. And if you get water, you just had a meal for under $4, which is fabulous. So information is on the board for that as well. Then we have our transportation. So when MITS, our public transportation, is running, all the food options. So I'm gonna hold this right here so you can see the list of the different places that students can go to. There's Mexican restaurants, there's McDonald's, Savages, some cafes, pizza places. So there's a lot of great options there. And then our students have a free membership to the YMCA when they are here. And so information about the YMCA hours are located on there. Now, as we enter, we are going to walk down past that. We're going to go into another room. You saw this in the video on the other side. And so this is our classroom. So that was our lab over there. This is our classroom here. We do have a wall that divides it, but we currently have it put away. It's an accordion wall, so it can go away very easily. And so this is our classroom. In our classroom, we are using this a lot during week 1 for students to learn a lot of the rules, the policies, information in here. We have guest speakers that come in as well to talk about work readiness, what to wear to interviews, all of that. So we have boards up here and a place for presenters in here. So there is definitely space in here. If a instructor is needing to work with a group of students, they can come in here, work with the students in the classroom to have some more of that quiet space. Another part that we have with quiet space is we have 2 meeting rooms, meeting room A and meeting room B. These meeting rooms are for staff to meet with students if they need to maybe meet one-on-one, to have interviews, anything like that. We can use this space in here. So we have 2 of these. Staff are also meeting with students weekly for what is called a one-on-one. One-on-ones is just taking place maybe 15-20 minutes a week just for students and staff to get to know each other a little bit more, learn about maybe how things are going outside of work. So there's a lot of things that we know happen at work, but what is happening outside of work that we need to work with. And so a lot of that could be talking through self-advocating. And so that's one thing that we are doing in those weekly one-on-ones. I'm going to turn my camera back around as we go down the hallway here. So we have, as Megan talked about in the presentation this morning, if you were on it, we do have a nurse that is on consultation for us. And so we have a spot for her to meet with our students when she comes over here weekly. So this is our health station. And then our students have an activity cart. They've got Frisbee golf, cornhole, tons of games that they could do out in the evenings. That movie or that TV that we saw in the Hangout, we can pull out our popcorn machine if we want, have popcorn in a movie out there. Great opportunity for students to build that community amongst each other. Now we're gonna go out the doors of EGTI. So that is everything inside of EGTI. Now we're going to walk through, and I want to show you a couple other parts of the hotel now that our students will access and be able to use. So we are going to turn this around. We're back out in the lobby area. So again, we're right outside of EGTI doors. Here is our lobby. We have the bistro, and so our bistro is open for breakfast in the morning for students. So students can have breakfast here. Some students prefer to walk over to McDonald's maybe in the morning. And then before COVID happened, they were also open here in the evening as well. So it was another option for students to eat here without having to go out in the community. So I'm just panning the lobby area here. We're going to go on out here to the courtyard. In the courtyard, we have a fire pit. And so this courtyard is named after the Huffman family. The Huffman family are a great family that had the dream of a teaching hotel. And so this area is called the Huffman family courtyard. And so we've got fire pit going, beautiful day to sit by a fire pit. This is the Huffman family, Jeff and Jan, and their son, Nash. Then we have, over here, we have a brick wall that has all of our, all these bricks, when we built this hotel, were found in the ground. And so students and family members and companies can have their name engraved on it. So we've had individuals that have had their names engraved, maybe after they graduated. It is $300 a block or brick to have your name engraved on that. Our hotel does have a pool. Our students do have a free membership to the YMCA when they are here at EGTI, but our hotel does have a pool that is opening back up this week at some point. So this is our pool. The deep end is 4 feet 6 inches. That is as deep as it gets. So we're gonna walk around the pool here. Then I wanna show you the fitness center. So even though our students have the free membership to the YMCA, they can also use the facilities here, which is great. Especially in the wintertime, if it's cold out, they don't wanna walk outside. We have this. So we're walking back out towards the lobby area. We do have a fitness center, like I said. So fitness center is open to where students can come in here and work out if they would like. So great fitness center options. Okay, so now we're going to go up. I want to show you what a hotel room looks like. So students, when they are here at Erskine Green Training Institute, they are staying and living here in the hotel as part of our program. We do have students that have been a commuter student, and that's okay, but they have the option if they have extra money integrated throughout the whole hotel on this floor. And what I mean by that, as you can see, there's 2 hotel room doors next door. This could be an EGTI student. This could be a hotel guest. So it all depends on what is available the time that students are moving in. So we're going to come on down here. I got a hotel room that I want to show you. So we're going to knock. Housekeeping. Make sure nobody's in there. Come on in. Okay, let me turn the camera around so you can see what this room looks like. So as we walk in, the bathroom is right here. So this particular hotel room has a walk-in shower here. We do have some rooms that have a tub, and then we also have ones that are accessible for wheelchairs. So a nice big bathroom. Then we have a closet right here. Good morning. So there's a nice closet. And then we've got the 2 hotel beds. So these are queen beds here. So if a student is requesting a roommate, this is what a room will look like. With COVID right now, we are doing single rooms, but you could still have a room that looks like this. And then as we go over here, there's a little bit of a chair. And then great view of Muncie, downtown Muncie. Over there, I'll point this out while we're here, is that building that is right there. That is the YMCA. So there is a lot, a room for walking to walk over to the YMCA. It's just right there. Students can walk over there. And then right in front of it is a spot for students that they could play outside, take the kickball out there, just go get fresh air. There's a lot of seating around there as well. Beautiful day here in Muncie. Wanted to show you that view. Also back in our hotel here, there is a microwave and a mini fridge, so students can get leftovers or have drinks, put their pop in there, their water, all of that. A lot of storage down there as well. So these rooms are great. Does have a cable up here, so the rooms all do have cable as well. You could bring your gaming system. They are smart TVs, so you could log right into your Netflix there and watch Netflix. But you could also bring your gaming system if it is up to family members. We are fine with that. So that is our hotel rooms that our students are living in. Now, I can say this room is a lot nicer than the dorm that I stayed in college. Whew. And housekeeping comes in, makes beds, takes trash out, all that. Great things that they are doing here. Well, we have before our time runs out and we're on this floor, we get a lot of questions of individuals wanting to see what our laundry room looks like, because our students have to do their own laundry while they're here. So this is the washing machine and dryer for all the hotel guests. That's including our students. So it is $2 for the washing machine, and it only takes quarters. So 25 cents will go in there up to, you gotta put the $2 in, and then your soap will go in here. And then it is $1 for the dryer. It also takes quarters, and then put your laundry in there. So that is our laundry machine that students are using when they attend EGTI to do their laundry. We have here in our hotel, we have a restaurant that is connected to us called the 625 Tap House. So students will go in there, maybe have lunch or dinner in there as an option. So I'm gonna point out where the restaurant is once we go back downstairs, and then I will see if there are any questions. in the chat. We are getting low on I've already got the point out the restaurant. So right down here, after you get off the elevators, the restaurant is located right down here. It is called the 625 Tap House. So a great restaurant. They've got sandwiches and pizza and pasta. They have a lot of different options of food there. So I'm going to check the chat here, see if there's any questions. There's no questions at the moment. So I'm going to walk back towards EGTI and see if anyone has any questions. Feel free to ask those during that time as well. Want to see. Let me check the chat again. Okay. So as I said, EGTI, there's a lot of space in here. There's a lot of opportunities for students as they are training here. And so as we just went through, I just showed you all of EGTI, our hotel, and showed you what our hotel rooms look like. So as I'm connecting back here, I'm going to switch back over to my computer. And we are getting low on time, but we still have about 5 minutes left. So let me switch back over. Okay, it looks like we do have a question here. So the question is, do students have a strict schedule for a bedtime and when they have to wake up? So they don't. So with EGTI, there's not a strict schedule in the sense of they know when they have to be ready to go to class and they do that. So class starts at 8 o'clock in the morning and it ends about 3:30, depending on their schedule. And so they need to be able to set their own alarms and get up to go to class when it's their time. So we know when work readiness happens, or when they're getting ready for work, time management, maybe who needs to continue to work on time management. And so we will work on setting alarms to make sure students are on time to class. So the next question, what restaurants are included with the meal plan? There are 20 to 25 different restaurants that are included on the meal plan. And so to give you a rundown a little bit, those are going to be the ones located here close to the hotel within a mile radius. All of Ball State University, so all those dining halls on Ball State University, everything that, mostly everything that's in the Village, which is right next to Ball State. So that's gonna be like Roots Burger Bar, Brothers, Greek's Pizza. There's a Casa del Sol Mexican restaurant that's really close to our hotel here. McDonald's, Rallies, there's a coffee shop, the Barking Cow. The Barking Cow is an ice cream shop, but they also have food there as well, and it's really good. So there's about 20 to 25 different restaurants that's on our meal plan. If a student is wanting to go to Buffalo Wild Wings, that's not on the meal plan. That's when an individual would have to use their own money for that. Great question. Are there any other questions that you may have? We have a couple minutes left here until we are signing off here. Our next presentation, if you have signed up, you should have received the link, and that is for our parent Q&A. And so we're excited that we have a parent that will be joining us to talk about their experience of being a parent, of having a son or daughter that came to EGTI. And so that will start at 11:30. That'll go from 11:30 to 12. So if you have not received that link, send me an email at info@egti.org, and I will send you that link so you can join that to hear from a family member, a parent, of their experience. And then the next one is at 1 o'clock today, and that will be, we have some alumni that are joining on us on that call. And so we're excited about that opportunity so you can hear from alumni of what happened here at EGTI and their experience and what they love. So if you have any questions, like I said, send us an email at info@egti.org and we will get back to you. Thank you for jumping on for this time to look into EGTI in the hotel, and we look forward to sharing more information later today about more of our programming. I will catch you later. Thank you.